Hey, it's Brad, and
My name's Don Grant.
that's my buddy Don. We're here to talk about building a bug out vehicle. And man, you know, I've watched a lot of videos we watched a lot of YouTube videos anyway. And there's some really cool stuff out there, and there's some really stupid stuff out there. And you're actually in our gun shop. I'm really a kind of a gun guy, security guy. Don, so we're going to talk about vehicles. Just tell them a little bit about your history in racing and cars and building. And
Drag race, been drag racing, been at drag racing since 1968. I build my own cars, build my own motor, everything in-house, paint them, do everything. That's my hobby, my love. And got with Brad, and now he's got me into, we engineer.
don't tell them too much now.
Engineer and design
Stuff. Fun stuff. So you're in a gun shop, so you can just figure that out, right?
That's right.
And we've seen a lot of guys on YouTube, and they built some really cool stuff. But you know, you look at what they're building for bug out vehicles. We want to help you like go through the process. We're going to do probably 6 or 8 videos talking about, maybe more, depending on how long it takes. But hopefully we can get it down to 6 or 8 videos talking about why to choose, what to choose, how to choose a bug out vehicle.
Yeah, we plan on bringing one to the shop, going through it, and my expertise is fabricating. I've got a good fab shop at my facility.
Really cool fab shop.
And we're going to do everything pretty much in-house and put out a real dependable, good, economical product.
Yes. And I'm not going to tell you, like, this is not necessarily a product for sale, but this is going to be something cool. Might be for sale. Who knows? We might put it up on eBay afterwards and decide it's, you know, something we want to sell. But we want to tell you why we drilled down. I don't want to tell them what it is yet, if that's okay.
That's fine.
I just want to tell them how we got to the decision we got to using like this criteria back here. And it's a pretty short list, but you know, one was price. Like, I've seen some of these bug out vehicles that are, my goodness, man, they, you know, just the base vehicle they bought was $40,000-$50,000, and your average everyday guy can't afford a $40,000-$50,000 vehicle, and then to modify it.
Yeah, I mean, you can get into a lot of expense.
Yeah.
With some of the stuff we have seen, and we're kind of wanting to get something really nice, you know, at a good price, which everybody wants to. That way it'll open up a bigger market, you know. That's what we decided to end up going to.
And we're seeing some extremes on YouTube. I mean, there's some really dumb stuff like, this is your bug out bag on wheels so you can walk out of town. Well, I'm sorry. That's just, and then here's your $150,000 vehicle that's got computerized everything and all the whistles and bells, and your average person can't afford it. But I mean, if you're in a real bug out situation, you don't want a lot of electronics to fail.
No, and the places, you know, I would consider going to your campsite. You know, you're worried about scratching it, you know, because bugging out is going to a campsite, whether you got some people you're meeting there or whatever. And
you got some peeps, you better have some peeps to go meet.
Yeah, and you know, if I paid $100,000 for a vehicle, I ain't taking it in the woods to scratch it. You know,
yeah.
That's a big issue.
So we found, I think we've like talked about what the balance is in a bug out vehicle, and the next video we're going to actually tell you what it is. But we based some of the criteria on price for every man. And number 2 was parts and availability everywhere. Like, if you're building something, if it is a SHTF situation, like it's a bad situation, you want something that you can get as many parts for as easily and accessible as possible.
Yeah.
And we chose something that the parts have been around for years.
Very plentiful.
Very plentiful. Most anybody, even a dum-dum like me, who, I mean, I can do basic stuff. I can do brakes and starters and I can change belts, but even a dum-dum like me can work on these.
Yeah, I mean, you know, that's the thing, you know, keeping it simple, you know, choosing a vehicle that you have very plentiful parts, not expensive. You know, that's all. This
Yeah.
is a big issue. I mean, if you got to wait for something to come on a boat from China, you know, I'm sorry, you're out of luck.
And the parts for these literally have been available for 30 years.
Yes.
So that's a cool thing. Next is fuel type, and we put diesel or gas. Now, I'll tell you, Don and I both like diesel. They're awesome. I mean, diesels when they're running are great, but because of plentiful availability of parts, we decided, and it's hard for me to say, I mean, he would say a Cummins, I'd say a Ford 7.3, not that, I don't like the 6.0s and new stuff. Go ahead, if you don't like it, that's fine, that's cool. But we really had to sit down and talk, hey, here's the best option. And really for expense, it goes back to expense, the gas engine, now there's some negatives, okay? The negatives are the gasoline doesn't store as long. Truthfully, the gas engines do not run as long as diesel engines do, but when you're looking at price and availability of parts, you got to go back to the gas engine and say, this is why we chose this.
Yeah.
And it's a good engine.
Very good engine.
It's a very good engine, yeah. So next was drivetrain. So you got to have a 4x4. At the minimum, a front-wheel drive. But really, you need to have a 4x4. Like you said, consider going to a campground. I don't know where you're looking at, if you're looking at bugging out, if you have a place. Hopefully, if you're watching this, you like guns and you're going to bug out somewhere. But
it'll definitely be off-road.
It'll be off-road somewhere for me too.
see
I'm going to
you.
Montana, baby. Literally, I think that's where I'm going, to Montana. So, but the drivetrain 4x4, we chose a 4x4. Now listen, cargo, capacity, payload. Listen, if you're planning on bugging out by yourself, you know, you just signed, you might as well go sign your death certificate. I mean, if you're into that kind of situation. We've got lots of families we've all talked about. If things happen, what to do, where to go, all that kind of stuff. I don't think anybody just bugging out by themselves. If you call us.
If you're a loner, I probably get that, but we got family, we got, just not us thinking about ourselves. We got family that, we gotta have some cargo space, gotta have the means to get there.
Hey, more people, more groups, more guns, more accessible to getting help. Everybody should have somebody to bug out with. And when you're doing that and you're talking about capacity, payload, the biggest you can get, we found that.
Yeah.
We know what that is. If you want to go get a Nissan Murano and bug out, then it's just probably you by yourself, because you ain't going to be able to put enough stuff in there to do much of anything. And necessary options. So I put gun stuff. Obviously, we like guns. And we decided we're going to equip the vehicle. I keep wanting to say it. It's almost coming. But we want to equip the vehicle with plenty of places to have extra fuel, extra tools. It will hold plenty of cargo up top. And we are going to equip the vehicle with several places for pistols so you can grab them quickly. Several places for guns overhead. We've already chose the gun racks. We've already chose the pistol racks. And it will hold them all very easily. And it'll hold a lot of people. Not a lot of people, and well, a lot of people.
Yeah.
A lot of people and cargo. The most you can get out of a vehicle. Don't you think?
Yes. Oh yeah. Most definitely.
So I know this is a long video, but this is a criteria we had to try to talk through this. I'm going to pick up the vehicle in a little right at 2 weeks. We've already got it, and we're not going to. Well, let me talk about one other thing. We discussed a frame off restoration. Like if we're going to do an old vehicle, you're going to double your expense if you end up doing it, right?
Yeah, because it's going to doing a frame off is really going to take us out of a bigger market, because there's a lot more work involved. And the places you're going to be taking this thing, just like I was saying about $100,000 vehicle.
Yeah.
This thing, you want to go where a tank goes, or a Hummer or something. And, you know, a frame-off restoration, it's not gonna be down at your local car show.
And that's for collectors, you know, generally, yeah.
This is not what this is for. This is a rugged vehicle to be serious about doing some serious bug out and getting to some places.
But we didn't want it to look redneck, dirty, or beat up, or rusty. I mean, that's not what we're going. We're gonna make something that's gonna be nice enough. If you want to drive it downtown and go to a concert and look cool, you can do that, right?
Take your
I
guns out.
ain't going. Yeah, I'm not going
Unload
downtown
all
for a
the guns.
concert. They keep making me take my gun off when I go downtown. I want to carry my gun into the concerts, and they won't let me do it anymore. Dadgum liberals. By the way, if you don't like guns and you're liberal, find another channel. We're not into that, right?
This is not for you.
That's right. Not for you. So next time you'll get to see the vehicle. Talk a little bit more about the choice, what's already been done to it by the time we talk to you next time. And hopefully, you know, like and subscribe. Please, like and subscribe, because this is going to be a cool process for us and for you.
Next time we ought to be probably sitting in front of the vehicle in the shop.
That's right. Have a good one.
Thank you.